6 hidden signs. A woman wants to give herself to you but won't say it. You think if a woman wants you, she'll make it obvious. You think desire is loud, easy, undeniable. But real attraction is rarely loud. It is subtle, conflicted, restrained, and if you are weak, needy, or blinded by fantasy, you will miss it completely. Most men do not lose women because the signal was never there. They lose them because they misread the signal, rush the moment, and turn something natural into something forced. So before we go any further, subscribe to this channel, not because I need your click, but because you need the reminder. You need the truth in a world that keeps feeding you noise. You need clarity when your emotions try to make you stupid. And if you want to move like a man who sees reality instead of chasing fantasy, stay close to this message. Here's what this really means. When a woman wants to give herself to you, I am not talking about ownership. I am not talking about manipulation. I am talking about investment, trust, softness, attention, emotional access, physical openness that grows out of safety and respect. She usually will not announce it in a clean sentence. Why? Because women do not test men with speeches. They test men with energy, with presence, with space, with the way they show up and the way they wait to see if you are strong enough to notice without trying to grab. That is where most men fail. The misconception is simple. You think attraction means she chases. You think if she likes you, she removes all uncertainty. Hard truth. Attraction often makes a woman more careful, not less. Why? Because when she feels nothing, she risks nothing. But when she feels something real, now she has something to protect. Her dignity, her emotions, her image, her safety, her hope. That is the root cause. She is not always hiding because she is playing games. Sometimes she is hiding because she is watching. She wants to know if your confidence is real or just performance, if your interest is grounded or desperate, if your masculinity is stable or just loud. And if you cannot read that, it costs you. You over-pursue, you over-text, you over-explain. You turn curiosity into pressure. You turn tension into discomfort. You stop leading. You stop observing. You stop listening. Then you tell yourself she was confusing. No, you were impatient. The reframe is this: stop asking, how do I get her? Start asking, what is her behavior revealing, and am I the kind of man who can handle it without losing myself? That question changes everything. One of the hidden signs is this: she keeps placing herself in your orbit, not always loudly, not always directly, but consistently. She responds, she reappears, she extends the conversation a little longer than necessary. She lingers after everyone else has mentally left. She finds small reasons to be near you. That is not random. People move toward what feels meaningful, especially women. If she did not care, distance would be easy. Presence is expensive. Attention is expensive. Time is expensive. When she keeps spending those on you, pay attention. But do not get drunk on that sign. Weak men see access and become greedy. Strong men see access and become calm. That's called emotional discipline. She does not want to feel hunted. She wants to feel understood. There is a difference. Predators rush. Men with self-respect notice. Another sign is that her energy softens around you. Watch the shift. Around most people, she may be polished, guarded, sharp, composed. Around you, there is warmth. Her tone changes. Her eyes stay longer. Her body stops looking like it is preparing to leave. She relaxes. She laughs deeper. She drops a little of the armor. That softness is not weakness. It is trust beginning to breathe, and trust is one of the rarest things a woman can offer. Not because it is dramatic, but because it is costly. Do you understand what that means? She is not just enjoying the moment. She is testing whether your presence can hold her softness without exploiting it. Can you stay grounded when she opens up? Or do you instantly turn it sexual, possessive, overeager? Can you handle a woman becoming more available without becoming less disciplined? Most men cannot. The second she opens the door, they run through it. That is why the door closes again. A third sign is that she becomes curious about your direction, not just your charm. She asks about your plans, your standards, your schedule, your values. She wants to know what kind of life you are building, not just what kind of lines you can deliver. That matters. A woman who only wants attention asks surface questions. A woman who feels the possibility of giving herself asks deeper ones. She is trying to locate your center. She is asking, is this man led by impulse or is he led by purpose? Because attraction gets her attention, but direction earns her respect. And hear this carefully. If you have no direction, you will still attract some women, but you will not keep the respect of a quality woman for long. Why? Because chaos is exciting for a moment and exhausting forever. A man without a mission becomes a man who needs constant validation. Then the woman becomes his emotional manager. She has to guess his mood, stabilize his insecurity, feed his ego. That is not romance. That is unpaid labor. A fourth hidden sign is that she remembers what you say and brings it back later. A detail, a goal, a passing preference, a story you told once. Men ignore how powerful this is because they are too focused on obvious signals. But retention is investment. Memory is attention with roots. When a woman stores your words, she is not just hearing you. She is making room for you. She is building an internal file around you. That means you matter enough to register. And in a distracted world, to be remembered is no small thing. But again, do not misread the sign. Her remembering is not permission for you to become complacent. It is an invitation for you to be more consistent, because nothing kills attraction faster than a man who enjoys being valued but refuses to be valuable. She notices your habits. She notices your discipline. She notices whether your words line up with your life. If you say you are focused, are you focused? If you say you have standards, do you hold them when tempted? If you say you are different, can she feel it in the way you move, or are you just another man selling an image he cannot maintain? A fifth sign is that she makes room for your boundaries instead of punishing them. This one is huge. If you say no to something and she respects it, if you take your time and she does not try to shame you out of it, if you are not always available and she still leans in instead of withdrawing in anger, that tells you something real. She is not just interested in access, she is interested in you. A woman who wants to truly give herself does not want a puppet. She wants a man, and a man has shape, he has edges, he has principles, he is kind but not easily bent, present but not owned, open but not cheap. Most men are terrified of boundaries because they think boundaries cost them women. No. Weak boundaries cost you the right women and attract the wrong ones. A man who abandons himself to keep attention teaches people to value him less. That's called self-betrayal, and self-betrayal is always expensive. The sixth sign is the deepest one. She starts inviting you into parts of herself that are not polished. Not just the cute parts, not just the impressive parts. The doubts, the fears, the fatigue, the old wounds she does not perform for the world. When that begins to happen, be careful. Do not become arrogant. Do not assume access means entitlement. It means responsibility. It means she sees enough steadiness in you to lower the mask. That is sacred. And if you mishandle it, you are not just losing a woman. You are proving you were never ready for the kind of intimacy you claim to want. Now let's go deeper, because this is where truth separates men from boys. Why does this happen in hidden ways? Why doesn't she just say it? Because words are easy. Exposure is hard. Anyone can speak desire. Few people can reveal themselves without protection. So she watches what your nervous system does in the presence of ambiguity. Do you panic? Do you chase? Do you start performing? Do you become someone else just to secure a result? Or do you stay rooted? Do you read the room? Do you let reality be reality? That is what she is measuring. The man who wins here is not the smoothest man, not the loudest man, not the man with the most tactics. It is the man who can bear uncertainty without collapsing, the man who does not beg for guarantees, the man who knows that if interest is real, it will become clearer with time, and if it is not real, forcing it only exposes his lack of self-respect. That is the archetype, the man. The one she can feel before she can explain. He does not orbit women. Women notice his orbit. He has a life that does not begin when she texts back. He has work to do, standards to keep, a body to train, a mind to sharpen, a spirit to clean. He listens without rushing. He speaks without pleading. He wants connection, but he does not need to manufacture it. He is not cold. He is contained. He is not distant. He is grounded. He does not confuse lust with leadership. He does not confuse attention with intimacy. He does not confuse being chosen with being complete. That man is dangerous to illusion because he cannot be baited by fantasy. He sees what is there, not what he wishes were there. If she is warm, he notices. If she is inconsistent, he notices. If she is sincere, he notices. If she is not ready, he notices. And because he notices, he does not force. He does not sell himself harder. He does not argue with reality. He lets truth save him time. So what do you do with these signs? You slow down. You stop trying to cash in on every signal. signal. You stop acting like every moment of openness is a race to secure ownership. You redirect your focus from outcome to congruence. Does your behavior match the kind of man you claim to be? Good. Then keep it there. Do this. Pay attention to patterns, not moments. A single smile means nothing. A consistent shift in energy means something. A late-night confession means little if the daytime behavior disappears. Reality over fantasy. Pattern over projection. Do this. Respond to her openness with steadiness, not greed. If she gets softer, you get calmer. If she gets curious, you get clearer. If she makes room for you, you do not flood the space. You meet her, you do not consume her. Do this. Keep your pace, not slow to manipulate. Slow because truth takes time. If she likes you, patience will not kill it. Pressure will. And if patience does kill it, then it was never stable enough to build on. Do this. Let your life stay intact. Keep your mission. Keep your standards. Keep your schedule. The right woman is not turned off by a man with purpose. She is relieved by him. Why? Because purpose creates safety. A man with direction is less likely to make her his drug. Do this. Say what you mean with simplicity. No games, no essays, no emotional leakage. I enjoy being with you. Let's do this on Friday. I'm not available tonight, but I am free Sunday. Clear, clean, grounded. That's called masculine communication. Not because it is harsh, but because it is stable. And stop this immediately. Stop interrogating every interaction like a starving man searching for proof. Stop performing alpha. Stop using pressure where presence is required. Stop mistaking chemistry for compatibility. Stop thinking access to her body matters more than access to her trust. A woman can give you proximity and still never give you herself. Understand that. Plenty of men get the moment and lose the meaning. They touch the surface and never earn the soul. If her signals are real, your job is not to conquer. Your job is to become safe enough, strong enough, and clear enough that what she already wants can unfold without fear. That is leadership, not domination. Leadership. The ability to set a tone that makes honesty easier. And if the signs are not there, if she is inconsistent, vague, hot and cold, evasive, or only present when it serves her, then accept the truth and move. No bitterness, no resentment, no revenge, just clarity. The point of self-respect is not that every woman chooses you. The point is that you stop abandoning yourself to be chosen. That is the deeper lesson in all of this. These signs are not here so you can become better at chasing women. They are here so you can become better at reading reality and holding your frame inside it. Because when you stop hunting for validation, you start recognizing reciprocity. When you stop begging for certainty, you start embodying it. When you stop performing worth, you start living from it. And that changes everything. You stop needing every woman to like you. You stop romanticizing mixed signals. You stop calling confusion a connection. You stop treating your loneliness like love. You stop. Then something powerful happens. You become easier to trust because you are no longer trying to take. You become easier to desire because you are no longer leaking need. You become easier to respect because you respect yourself first. That is the paradox. The less desperate you are to get her, the more capable you become of receiving something real. So hear me clearly. If a woman wants to give herself to you, you will often see it first in the quiet things, in the consistency, in the softness, in the curiosity, in the memory, in the respect for your boundaries, in the willingness to reveal what is not polished. But those signs are wasted on a man who is still ruled by fantasy. You do not need sharper tricks. You need a steadier core. Be the man who can hold tension without panic. Be the man who can see warmth without demanding more. Be the man who can walk away from what is unclear without losing his dignity. Be the man whose self-respect is stronger than his appetite. Because in the end, your power was never in making someone choose you. Your power is in becoming so clear, so grounded, and so aligned that what is real can reach you and what is false cannot keep you. You are not waiting to be completed. You are not auditioning for worth. You are not the problem that needs to be solved. You are the answer. If this gave you the truth instead of the usual sugar, subscribe now, because you need more of this kind of clarity in your life. More truth, more discipline, more reminders of who you are when emotion tries to make you forget. And if you're building yourself into a man who moves with self-respect, purpose, and clean intent, then you belong here.